Hey,
Hey,
Wally,
how are you, Martin?
great, great.
Good,
Excited
good.
to talk about some new things for the future of those of us who remember and love St. Andrews.
Right, right. Thank you for the opportunity. I just wanted to share with you a few things that we have going on. Many alumni and faculty and friends of St. Andrews will recall right as the school was closing, we had talked about forming a new 501c3. I wanted to share with you, we are in the process of creating and then filing our articles of incorporation so that we will become a legitimate recognized 501c3. It's going to be called the St. Andrews Legacy Foundation. We will have a website up eventually, but we have nothing up yet. We are communicating through Facebook for a little bit right now. We're developing an email list. We have a list of past alumni that we're going to send out messaging to about the foundation and what we're going to do. But with the foundation and with creating it, we kind of had to figure out what we wanted it to do, what we wanted it to be. And so, for the purposes of our bylaws right now, our purpose is to preserve and extend the legacy of St. Andrews through educational and charitable initiatives. Some things that we've laid out that we want to do, we want to support scholarships for students who reflect the values of a liberal arts education in the tradition of St. Andrews. We're going to facilitate gatherings, reunions, and events that strengthen the community of alumni, faculty, staff, and friends. We also want to continue. One of the things that the St. Andrews Alumni Council used to do was recognize the contributions of distinguished individuals that are connected to St. Andrews, and we want to continue to do that. Some people probably saw on Facebook, we have undertaken the preserving of historical materials to promote the awareness of the institution's educational mission and cultural impact. Currently, all of the paper records for the school are stored in the archives for the state of North Carolina. You can go there. Our yearbooks have been digitized there. Lots of the things like old programs, salt tires, anything basically printed, they have scanned and put into their library. We have also a group of alumni were given basically 2 days to go onto campus and get anything that was not printed that would be part of the history of St. Andrews. So we went and got, for example, the original 3 seals for the schools, and that's the seals of Flora MacDonald Presbyterian Junior College and St. Andrews Presbyterian College. We have the desk that the first president of the college ever used. It was tiny, much smaller than the desk we have now. We have memorabilia. We have books. We also have stored, and there's 2 copies of every St. Andrews Press book ever produced. There's art, there's artifacts, any of the memorial plaques, the gardens for the Flora MacDonald Garden, all of those. Those are currently being housed at Laurinburg Presbyterian Church for us temporarily. We want to create a space, hopefully in Laurinburg, that we can use to essentially create eventually a museum or a working open history of the college. We also are going to steward charitable contributions and endowments in a manner that supports long-term impact and, if appropriate, future educational initiatives aligned with this mission. So that's a lot. We're not limited to those things, but those are the things that we've set out. Those of us that are starting the foundation have set out. I mentioned that we're facilitating gatherings, reunions, and events. I wanted to let you and let everybody know that there is a working meeting of the St. Andrews Legacy Foundation taking place in Laurinburg on September 20th. That's a Saturday. We're going to work all day Saturday the way we used to when we had alumni council on campus. One of the things that we're doing during that meeting is making plans for a reunion to happen in April of 2026. I could look at the calendar and give you a date, but it's coming up. We'll publish that. I also wanted to let people know that there are 2 other reunions happening There is in October in Montreat, there is a reunion for alumni friends from the 1970s. If anybody needs information on that, they can reach out to myself or they can reach out to us, which our general email address, just so people have it, is together at St. Andrew's Legacy Foundation. And if you're a true St. Andrews person, you know that we do not spell SAINT. It's ST, Andrews Legacy Foundation.org. Also, the BSU chapter of the Legacy Foundation, or the BSU from St. Andrews, a group of them have gotten together and they're planning a massive reunion in Atlanta in October as well. That's going to be October 12th. If you need information, I can direct you to those people. Larry McDaniel is one of the gentlemen that's heading that up, if anybody knows him. So we have a lot going on. We do have pledges of support and have some folks like myself that I used to give monthly to St. Andrews. I'd rather give to the Legacy Foundation. Unfortunately, until we have the legal designation as a 501c3 or as a corporation in the state of North Carolina, we can't accept donations. We are working with some of the profits from the Rooney Kaufman book that will then be directed as the board wanted. We're going to direct those profits back to Rooney to support him and to support his endeavors, because he's been a tremendous friend to us all.
Yeah, and Rooney's already insisted that some of that loops back to this new cause. So we'll give the details on it. I just want to say, the moment we found out what was going on at St. Andrews, I went on to Lulu and made sure it stopped. So all of that money is being held. And another thing that's important is we're really open to people's input the most we can. And we also are open to volunteers, because as you imagine, 2 days the people almost killed themselves. Probably they needed some chiropractic help afterwards to get that and move. So this is a small group of very passionate people working very hard. We can use more people. And once we get a bucket that's legal to put it in, we welcome donations. And what I love about what's going on is our commitment to transparency. So people know where the money's going, know what's going on. That's what got me excited about it as well. And right now, there's a playlist I'll share on the link where I've been collecting videos. If you know of anything good out there, I'm glad to add anything that positively supports the intention and what St. Andrews meant to us. And that's why I'm so passionate to be still involved, because I think it's a wonderful place, a great thing, and we want to keep that core intention and dream and memories not only alive, but then move into the future to make greater contributions. So remember the email, and Wally, I'll put the email as text under wherever I post this, but just know there's volunteers manning it. And Wally, I say sometimes the most expensive labor is volunteers. So we're working, we all have very busy lives and we're working hard. So if you don't get something fast enough, maybe it's time for you to volunteer and join us. How's that sound?
Absolutely. Welcome volunteers, because we do have several standing committees that are going to need help. Membership committee, scholarship committee, our gathering committee, and our recognitions committee. In addition to those, we look forward to putting together sort of special interest groups among alumni. If you were an equestrian student, that could be a special interest group inside the St. Andrews Legacy Foundation. Science and math, personal favorite of mine, theater and music. So there are lots of places we can go with this. We do have some financial some financial pledges committed to already, which means we can probably give right now, as soon as we get the designation, we can start handing out scholarships of $5,000 and $10,000 to students. And I think first blush for those, or first look, would probably be any student who was displaced by the closing of the college and who needs some help to get back to get back on their feet and finish their education.
Yeah, absolutely. And so do reach out the email, but just know right now we're tight on people monitoring all this. So be patient. We are working hard to keep the communication going. So Wally, what's occurring, as I understand it, is right now it's in the attorney's hands, and we're really appreciative of the extra effort there. And then it goes to the state, and then we have to wait for the state to bless and approve us. And then once that is occurred, get the bank account ready, and everything turns on. Is that the broad stroke?
That it's pretty close. So we actually contracted with a local Laurinburg attorney, Bill Floyd of I think it's Henderson Hickson Floyd. So back supporting the community, they did us a huge solid. They're actually charging us 50% of the regular rate to create our articles of incorporation, and that's what will be filed with the state of North Carolina, allowing us to become a corporation. At that point, we can open the bank account. It's the designation from the IRS as a 501c3 that we file immediately after that with the federal government, with the IRS. 99% of the time, those are essentially rubber stamped in about 6 weeks. But once we file with the state of North Carolina and we're given corporate status, then we can start working forward from there.
Yeah, and I think it's fair to say that our target's by the first of next year, realistically, to get all the I's checked and get everything in order. So just know this takes a lot of moving pieces, and a lot of people are volunteering a lot of time.
Yeah, our target is to have it done, have that part completed by the end of the year. We want to make sure it's done right and done correctly, legally. And as you mentioned, we're going to be very transparent. Our finances will be available for anybody that wants to see them. I can send the bylaws out to anybody that wants to see them, even in our policies and procedures, because there are no secrets with us.
And I'm going to put in a pitch as the requested head of communications. I welcome someone that will help with the communications. I can oversee it. My bandwidth as a small business is very tight. So if you want to join, Rooney Kaufman's already on the committee, and he's doing a great job putting out pictures and images. And I can't thank him enough for, he just kind of holds the heart and the great questions to ask, like, have you considered this? And we need to look out for these people. And that's what's so important to us. So just know more's coming. This is just a start, and excited to get as many of us involved together with this commitment.
Absolutely. And I'm truly excited to see it actually take shape and for us to be able to move forward with what we've done, because I'd hate to think all that work in 100+ degree heat with no water and no air conditioning on campus for 2 days to store all those materials is just going to go to waste. So I'm looking forward to continuing preserving and publicizing what St. Andrews has meant to so many of us.
And I believe we might post, you can reach out. I think we might have something where someone could help with the church that's storing our stuff. So we might be able to, there could be some donations with that, but we'll post
Absolutely.
them, watch for stuff like that where we want to support. They've been very generous. They're paying for utilities and heat and air conditioning. We need to send some love there, and dollars are always a good way to send love. So we'll let more information on that come out as we get it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll have a email address for the for Laurinburg Presbyterian, so somebody can find out how to make a quick donation to them.
Excellent. Thanks so much. Thanks for all that you're doing. I'm excited to be part of this and keep this wonderful memories alive, where we move forward and do more great things, which is what we all came together to start with.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to continuing the legacy of St. Andrews.
Great.
Thank you for all you're doing, Martin.
You're welcome.